Okay, I want to say hello again everybody. It's only me, Wushu Richard, and thank you for joining me on another video here. I hope everybody's doing okay. I'll give a bit of news, okay. I do hope to make a lot more good talk videos, okay, and philosophical talks and meaningful talks, okay, on different topics. I want to say this video is in request, okay. This video is a requested video by my bro Demsley, okay. So hello Demsley, if you're watching. And in this video I'm going to be talking about a topic that he's asked me to speak about. Before we get onto the topic though, I'm going to actually first of all say a few things, okay. I want to say thank you very much to my good bros and friends online, okay, for supporting me and that, okay. So of course Demsley, Chuck, Jason Stork, Craig Flippy, Dan Bowen, Beale, okay, Clive Mackenzie, okay. I'll say hi to Mike Reese too, and anyone who's been leaving me comments and giving me some support, okay, recently. All of you guys, you mean so much to me, okay. I'm really grateful for it, and I really appreciate all you do and the fact that you love life and just try and do good for yourself and make the most of your life. I want to say hi to Max if you're watching, okay. Hope you're doing okay. System one for life, you know. But no, really, also I'll say to Jason Stork and Craig Flippy, the cartoon, okay, about the Bigfoot thing. I'm going to work on that, okay. Just give me time. I'm just going to do it. It's going to be ready. The cartoon, okay, about you guys and with Bigfoot, because everybody, if you're watching, okay, everybody, okay, I think you know, I make my cartoons, right. You can watch my cartoons on Animation Arena, my other channel on YouTube, Animation Arena. I like to make my own cartoons, just for fun, animation and that, and I hope you enjoy what's on there. I'm currently working on a Christmas special of Real World 2000, okay, that's Real World 2000, my cartoon series, with the martial arts heroes, Kai and Don, and there's a Christmas special coming up, okay, for Christmas. Currently working on that. So this thing with Jason Stork and Craig Flippy and Bigfoot, that's the thing, okay, that I'm working on. That's going to be the next thing, but it's like I'm working really hard because I want to get a good script for that and get it for fun, okay. So I'm not forgetting, but it's going to be good, okay. But yeah, guys, if you want to check out my cartoons on Animation Arena, the channel on YouTube, please, anyone just watching, subscribe. I put a lot of hard work in. I do it in my free time. I'm a teacher here in China. I get really busy, but it's like I really put my passion into that in the free time to do the cartoons. It's a form of escapism for me too. My martial arts, I'm training so hard every day, as I say, waking up every morning, doing what I can too. So that's basically it for me. It's like martial arts, training, and sharing through the videos too, and talking to you guys, like all that. Then you got my artwork, which is the cartoons, the animation and all that I'm doing all by myself, plus everything, the music I put to do, the voiceovers, the stories, the characters, everything. I just do it myself from my imagination. I just love doing what I'm doing. And again, other things like the raps I might do now and again, just writing scripts, plus on the computer, plus watching documentaries and doing my own stuff and relaxing. I get real busy. It's unbelievable. In my free time, that's my free time. But when I'm working, I'm busy, I'm real busy. But basically, the topic in this video is a topic that Demsley requested me to talk about, okay, in this video. And it's a kind of it's an interesting topic, but it's also it's like, this is the thing with me, I make my series, I make videos like my philosophy series, like Wushu Richard's life philosophy videos. I've got my own philosophies and my own thoughts about life, and it's about self-help. Most of it's based on the martial arts, that's inspired me in my life, but it's all from me, of course, my positive, outlook on life, right? And look, but here's the thing, okay, Demsley has asked me to talk about martial artists who ignore you on social media. Loads of laughs. So yeah, Demsley wants me to talk about martial artists, or so-called martial artists, who ignore you on social media. I don't know, Demsley, my bro, I don't know if Demsley means people, martial artists online who ignore me or who ignore anyone out there, okay, when they're supposedly martial artists. Well, first of all, I've got my own philosophies on life, as you know, my philosophy, and it's like, every time I get like a video, like a request, because I really want requests, you know, I really would love it if people would request me to make videos talking about certain topics, you know. But then again, who gives a crap what I think? You know what I'm saying? It's like, we learn from each other as human beings. But this kind of a topic, okay, is a very funny topic, because when we say martial artists, right, you know, what is a martial artist? A martial artist, really, the definition to me, is someone who values life so much and they train their whole life to just improve themselves and do good and share good with the world. It's like an angel, you know what I mean? It's like you get these people preaching about religion and all that. That's basically what a martial artist is to me, though. It's like mental, spiritual, physical areas. Like, want to improve yourself, you want to improve yourself in the mind, you got your own right attitude towards life, positivity, and in your body. So as a martial artist, okay, excuse me, to me that's what it means, is pure positivity, becoming like a better human being. So what Demsley's thing here, request is for me to talk about martial artists who ignore you. So ignorant martial artists. What that means is people but he said specifically on social media. So I can only speak from my standpoint, right? My standpoint on ignorance, on what I think a martial artist is, and how I feel as a victim of being, you know, ignored by others, if you want to say it that way, or being not valued, you know, by others. These are our own feelings. Now, first of all, it's like this martial art teaches us inner strength. If people out there are supposedly your friends, first of all, if someone's your friend, even online, I'm saying, if it's someone that you're in your friend's circle or someone you talk to online, that's the first thing anyway. You know, they're oceans apart. How dear is your friendship? How connected are you? There's many reasons why people may not want to, you know, there's many reasons why people might not continue to communicate with you, or they might fade out into the distance. They might not continue watching your videos. They might not care about you. They might not leave comments. They may just fade out and they'll just like leave you there, or just like totally look over you and like leave you on the side, like, you know. And it's like, if that was to happen to me, which has happened to me, I'm sure it's happened to a lot of you guys too. It's up to us as human beings to not feel beaten down or feel rejected or feel like it's an assault on us, you know. So not feel like it's you know, we should, because it's ego. You know, it's ego when you care too much. You know what I mean? It's like, one reason why people might, excuse my language, but the one reason people may fuck off, go, you know, F off, is because you're a boring motherfucker. So like, let's say for example me, when I'm talking like I'm talking now, watch my video, all this. Now it's like this can be really boring for some of the people. When I'm talking for like 1 hour on a deep subject, or when I'm sharing stuff from my heart, or showing my martial art techniques, or my artistic creativeness, or when I'm speaking about safety, or, you know, respecting your life, value, philosophy, whatever I'm sharing, any meaningful things, my experience in life. Not everybody else will, or anybody out there in the world, no, not everyone will actually like what you do or really care about it as such. And a lot of people are full of ego anyway. A lot of people on YouTube anyway, the same, be them martial artists, so-called, or whatever. But there's a lot of people who, they just love to hear their own voice. You know, and a lot of people just are so focused on their own channel that until they don't have many viewers and subscribers and that they don't bother to check out other people or care for their friends or show any kind of communication or compassion and respect and value. But with me, I'm different. It's like, for me, when I do a bit of both. I'll be happily making videos, and I might be busy with work, and it's the same thing. Like, sometimes I'm busy, and it might be like weeks until I can find time to like watch my friends' videos and that online. And it's not being ignorant or this or that. It's the same as many people. It's like I get busy with work, and there's just so much going on, and a lot of people, there are people that don't bother to come back and watch my stuff anyway, so it's like I don't go running after them either. I'm not speaking to you directly, anybody, I'm just saying, for example, it's like, so they've got things going on in their life, so do I, we're just online on this thing anyway. So you have to learn to accept, live and let live, and you have to learn to understand that at the end of the day, it's not about ego, isn't it? It's not like, oh, where have they gone? Why didn't they come back? You know, because I can't be like that. I share because I want to share, and I'm happy to share what's there. If anyone sees it, and you put it on the World Wide Web, you put it on, YouTube and that, Facebook, it's there. So if people are looking for it, they'll find it. You know what I mean? People looking for martial arts will find information about martial arts. You leave the tags and stuff, but it's just the thing. It's like birds of a feather flock together. As they say, you can come through the internet or by whatever means in this day and age. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, they'll find my stuff. If they like my stuff, they'll watch it. If they've got patience to watch longer videos, they will. If it's short videos, they will. If they want to comment, they will. You might get nice comments, you might get nasty comments. We've all got a heart, but a lot of people can be negative in this world, sadly. But it's like, I don't care. It's not like I do it because I've got the same kind of attitude as BT's got. If you know Black Taoist, BT, I've got the same attitude as him, where I don't really care too much about people's opinions and comments and that. I love it when I get good comments, but I'm not one for like just shallow comments. When someone says, "Well done, you did a pretty good job," or what the fuck, I'm not asking for a medal. And I'm saying, for me, it's like, if someone learns something from my videos, or they feel they have, or if someone enjoyed my videos, if it put a smile on someone's face, even if it's just they just think it's ridiculous and they laugh at it, as long as my videos or something I've said or something I've done has inspired someone or helped someone to be more positive in themselves, or if they've learned something, or if they've opened their mind into new ideas, that's the important thing to me. That's what's important. That's why I do it. So I put it out there and share it and say, if it's done, if the message has gone across, if it's helping, maybe you're somebody there now sitting there, someone who is not even watching this. Maybe you're someone sitting there now, and you might not type a comment up or anything. You just go, you're someone in the world. I don't even know you. You're not even subscribed to me or anything. Fair enough. I'm not going to ask you to do that for ego. Through ego, I'm just saying, you don't want to subscribe, don't. You don't want to leave a comment, don't. I hope this video helps you in your life and you go ahead and make better of yourself, But this is what I do it for. So it's like, I would like to see more. I like to have more subscribers, like most people, and the reason for that is just to know that there's more people out there. I want to connect with more people, not to feel good about a number. Oh, I've got 1 million subscribers. What the fuck's that? It's like, it's the same as saying I've got $1 million in my pocket and the fans all over the world because I'm famous. That's the bullshit. That's the illusions of life. But what you want is better communication with human beings. You want to learn from your fellow human beings and share what you can. It's about a good moral, and value in life and nature. So what I'm trying to say though is like, the topic's a very funny topic here. It's like the topic, the request that Denzel is given, which is martial artists who ignore you on social media. Well, anyone could turn around and say, yeah, you know what, man, I share all this stuff about Kung Fu and nobody gives a fucking damn, where the fucking, where the effing shit, where is everybody, nobody gives a damn. I share, from my heart, and these greedy motherfuckers laying on their ass, taking it up, them like MMA, and you know what I mean, and the selfie stick. But it's like, I'm not going to bother to go on about it and rant and cry over it. The point is, this is like saying, from my point of view, just taking that from my angle, and you can take it into many different areas, like any topic. That's why I love it. You can give me a request, anyone, for any video, and I'll probably find more topics that spread out from that. It's like a tree. Every topic that spreads out into other topics, But it's like, for this one though, I could say very easily, I could say, you know, okay, martial artists, so-called martial artists then, who are out there online, who are supposedly friendly 1 minute with you and communicating, and the next minute, yeah, they do seem to disappear or they don't bother to communicate. You know, that would be overlooking my own things though, such as my videos might not be what they need in their lives, so I've got to understand that too. But I'm just saying, that's what they're basically saying, that's what I think Demsley means, and that's what I'm trying to think of it as, is like martial artists are out there who are supposedly better people, open-minded, that want to make communication and value you, but then the next minute they just fuck off and leave their friends in the dark. That is actually a sign of, that's kind of wrong, you know. But we've all done it, and I've done it to people in my life, in real life and also on the computer. So we all get so busy in other things and that. But it's like, this takes a lot of forgiving. So for me, I try and be infinitely forgiving and understanding. I've been battered around. So I'm not saying being rejected. So that means I've been battered around. I mean, ignored. So I've been battered around. I mean, I'm saying I've had a lot of negativity in my life as well, but it's like you don't effing know, excuse my language. I've had so much thrown at me in my life, it's unbelievable. But it's like, what I'm trying to say is like, for me though, I'm one of like infinite understanding for people. I'll believe that. I totally have infinite understanding of people. So it's like almost infinite forgiveness as well. You know, it's like I'll understand that, you know, the world, I'm the centre of the universe, but I'm the centre of my universe. I'm not the centre of their universe where they gravitate around and I'm the centre. You know, you must look for what you're about, all the things in your life. That's what revolves around you. You're the centre, and if you was to say some magical way that there's a goal or something your life is for, the meaning. You know, the light in the centre of the universe, then wherever you are the centre, and that brings you to that, you're connected with that. It's like you are the light of the centre of the universe, your universe. You know, but it's like me, I'm not the centre of everybody else's universe. You know, so it's like, but the basic thing is, it's like, I'll be forgiving of that. I understand that, you know, they've got, however someone thinks, even the way they speak to people, even if they're rude, even if they go around hurting others, I understand that there's something wrong. It's something to do with their mental psyche, their psychological state. People are complex, and we're not only talking about psychopaths and maniacs out there, because that's another whole subject. Because I've been watching some documentaries about that as well, like mentally ill and that people are. But I'm saying like normal people, like just everyday normal people like you and me, you know, anyone. We're all complicated human beings. A lot of people are complicated and simple at the same time. They're thinking one thing 1 minute, or they can't concentrate on everything in their life. So you've got to understand others too, and they're busy and there's things going on. So what I'm saying is you know, if you fuck off quickly. Only joking. No, I'm just saying, like, basically, you know, it's like don't forget to take an umbrella with you, bitch. You know, because you can't have mine. No, I'm just joking. No. But basically, you know, really, that's what Demsley's saying. I think so. Martial artists, though, which are supposed to be, you know, on social media, let's say, that are supposed to be your friend 1 minute as such, you know, and it's like they're supposed to be, you know, really caring, real moral type people. That's what a real martial artist is: someone who carries moral dignity, I should say, dignity and respect for others, and cares for their friends and won't leave people in the dark and such like that. But it's like 1 minute they're there, next minute they're gone. Well, of course it's wrong. But it's like, I can talk about that all day. I can talk about ignorance and how people, you know, leave people in the dark, or they're kind 1 minute and you just leave someone in the dark. But it's like, we all have done it, online and in real life too. But people that, you know, the thing is, right, people always blame other people. This is the problem. Someone will fuck off, excuse my language, someone will leave you behind. And if you was to come back, or if someone was to bring it to the light, or if someone was to come to that person and say, look man, you were so wrong, you just left that guy there, you didn't even bother to talk to it, you didn't even go back for 5 years and leave a comment on his videos, well, what, you know. But then that guy will probably turn around and say, well, yeah, I just got kind of bored of it, you know. They'll turn it around and make an excuse. Everybody makes excuses for it. Whereas me, I won't make excuses, which I probably will sometimes. If it was me though, what I would do is be more mature and say, well, I just really got too busy in my life. I couldn't deal with it all. I wasn't focused on it, and I value you for who you are, like I value any human being. But there's people out there, there's some things I like about the video, some things that I'm more interested in. It's like, let's say for example, someone who may be showing special, let's say, of martial arts training or ancient martial arts training, let's say, and you get videos online. Somebody might be talking about horseback riding and archery. Well, I'm not very interested in that. Maybe the archery might be interesting. Let's say, for example, when we're about sword fighting or bare hand fighting, someone might be more interested in sword fighting and not the bare hand fighting. I might be more interested in the bare hand fighting. So obviously, I'm going to look for those videos. It's like my videos. You might get so bored of my talk videos, and you might want to see more of the actual fight moves, or maybe you like the philosophy videos more. So it's like, that's one thing. But I'd be honest, myself, and I'd say that the reason I would not disappear or deliberately, but it'd be like because there's stuff going on in my life. I'm just too busy. I've got loads of stuff on my plate, and I'll get back to you. But usually for me though, the people that have shown me respect, I'll always try and get back and leave a message here or there. There's been like years. There's been like long lengths of time, months and sometimes years, where I've like been out of YouTube and had trouble and not been able to get on YouTube, and I've come back like from somewhere or another through an email or something, or I've been able to get in, and it's like I've left a comment on someone's video and said, look, I'm so sorry that I've been away for so long. It's just literally because I couldn't get onto YouTube. I've had that problem in the past, I'm saying, and that person just totally forgot about me for years. Where it's like I disappeared. For example, I'm saying, but they probably didn't think anything of it. But there's me thinking for years and months on end, damn, that guy, I cared. I wanted to leave a message, because I don't like to leave people in the dark. People I care about. A good martial artist will care about other people, and the people that are close to him, the people that are there, of compassion, the people that he comes into contact with, especially the positive people, but also he'll feel sorry for the people that are negative. He'll want to help everybody. He or she will want to help everybody else around them. It's very spiritual beings. They're like religious almost. Martial arts is like, to me, it's my life. It's like a religion almost. What I mean? So the thing with me is that's what it is with me. Total understanding. Because when I come back and when I do leave comments on people's videos and stuff like that, I'll leave massive long comments. You just check it out. You might see around 8 short comments, or you might see 2 massive long comments, like paragraphs, articles on people's videos, going over all the details that I like about the video, even details that you might not even notice yourself. Because I'm all about trying to make a person feel good as well, I try to show respect and show you can't just talk about it, you have to do it. But it's like the same as anything, like you try to do a good job of everything you do. You can't do it every day of your life, but it's like something, let's say, but when you can do it on that day or in that moment you're going to do something, you do it really well. You know what I mean? It's like you can't be a winner every day. You can't win. The chance might not always be there. You've got to make the chance, and when the chance does come, you do your best at it. And you do your best, and that's winning. That's what it basically is. Do what you can. If you didn't do it yesterday, you couldn't try and make chances and make another chance today. The same as you've only got one chance to live the life, so try and do the best for this whole life. Do it your best if you can. But it's the same every day. So that's what you should do. But if it's been a while since you have, made the effort to make communication with people that you do care about, you must have to want to care about them, they definitely can, or give some support to someone. Even a stranger, I'm saying, in some way, just like putting some, it's never too late. That's what I'm saying. It's a good thing to do, and it's not like to say that someone might be emotionally stressed on the other end, that someone's, your mess. It's not to say that you owe it to everybody, or that you have to keep running back to people even if you don't want to, or like, it's not that. It shouldn't be that feeling, because that means you don't want to do it. I'm saying it shouldn't be that you feel you're in chains by other people, and their emotions, that someone's not happy with it or this or that. with you, you've hurt their feelings and offended them, so you're in the wrong, dude. That's not the point at all. People feel the way they do for how the way they feel. It's like me, if I was to feel fucked off every time I look at my YouTube channel and say, oh my god, look, I've only got this amount of subscribers, not a lot at all, and I put all this effort in to make these videos and the cartoons to, yeah, but it's like, I'm happy with the people I've got, there's support on it, that's the most important thing, you know what I mean? But there's people going on Facebook and YouTube all the time and just like leaving messages, thumbs up here, thumbs down there, that's all it is, thumbs up, thumb down, and they're just like, nothing really in it, a photo here, a photo there, like a silly slip slap fucking quick shit, you know, excuse my language. And I look at this stuff as so lame, so fucking cheesy. That's why I never used to like using Facebook in the first place. It's just so crap. People showing a photo, selfie stick and all this, you know, sitting there. Oh look, they're having a meal in a restaurant. Oh look at this, you know, or my baby's just had a crap again, or this is my dog on the toilet. You know, it's like so. It's just so shallow. It's like childish. It's like very immature to me. But a lot of people out there will do it, and they'll feel like it's you know, oh, here's some advice for your life, or you know what I mean, or fucking, I don't know what, you know, some lame bloody crap or something. I don't know. So here today, gone tomorrow. It's just in the wind. It's like nothing. It means nothing to me. I like meaningful stuff. You know, I like things where people are doing some good. You know, opening their mind up, trying to make communication, help others, share some useful knowledge and philosophy, and then fitness training, whatever it might be. You know what I mean? Artistic stuff. Not just the same old crap, not just like uploading stuff for the sake of it. You know what I mean? And expecting people to do, or you leave a thumbs up for someone or say, well done, and then the person has to come back, oh shit, I'm going to have to watch one of his videos again. We've all been there, you know, it's like, you know what I mean? But it shouldn't be like that. It's like, if you really don't give a fuck, then don't bother looking at it, you know what I mean? And if they don't give a fuck, they won't bother, and just know it and leave it at that. As long as there's no, no beef between you, there's no, you know what I mean? No chicken soup between you, know, there's no trouble, you know, that's the most important thing. Keep humble about it, be humble, and I believe the more communication you make and more effort you make in life, the more will come back to you. But it doesn't mean you do it and then hope, because like, it's like, you know what I mean, it's like you chuck a ball over a fence and the ball comes back to you, and you chuck a ball over the fence and the ball comes back to you, and you chuck a ball over a fence and it doesn't come back the next time. It could happen, you know what I mean? So you never really know. Hold on 1 second. My phone. It's alright, but you know what I mean though? It's like my phone. Nothing. But you know what I'm saying though? It's like, you can't expect and you can't do it with you shouldn't do something. And I remember this is like Rocky Balboa, man, nearly 10 years ago, Rocky 6 this was. When Rocky, when he says, you know, I'm like, again, and Demi's a massive fan of Rocky too, so am I, but like, when Stallone, you know, Rocky says, why is it in life you've got to do something to get something, is it? Or get something to do something. Oh, it's true, it's like, why don't you do something? It's not like, it's not like I'll do something to get, I don't do all this just so that I get people saying, well done, or well, I don't do it for that. I don't make a video for someone to say, well done, and tell me so I feel good, oh, I did a good job with that. Because I believe in what I'm saying. And I don't expect people to understand what I'm saying, let alone say well done. So if they say well done, and they don't even understand what the fuck I'm saying, because how are you going to understand me more than you understand what you're thinking right now? All you're thinking is your presumption of what I'm actually saying. That's all you get, you know what I mean? So people don't really understand each other. As I say, I'm a massive, massive fan of Jock Fresco, as I say. You know, from the Venus Project, he's my absolute idol, #1 idol. You know, most people are like Bruce Lee's their idol. For me, you know, or some fucking crap Justin Bieber of today, or some shit, you know. But Jackie Chan's a legend, but for me, it's Jock Fresco. For the mind, I'm saying, Jock Fresco is the #1. You know, Venus Project. He's 98 years old. He's an absolute wise man, and he talks about all this stuff. You know, philosophy. How about language between people? Nobody really understands anyone. And they use language as though it's like they're trying to pay, it's like everyone owes you. Alright, it's like, alright, I'll come to some level of understanding with you just so I get on good terms with you, just so that you can understand me. Okay, I've said you've done it, I've helped you out in some way, okay, now you help me out. And that's not the way things work. It's all fake language. If you really are honest, if everybody was honest, my God, you know, it's like, what would the world be? Do you think it would be like no one would communicate with anybody? everybody would live in their own little den in the forest, or would it be like just everybody would be together and everybody would be in harmony, communicating? You know, I don't know. But in this world, you're honest and it doesn't work. You have to follow the fake crowd. You have to follow the ignorance. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like otherwise you don't get anywhere. But you know what I'm talking about now. But like ignorance, though, yeah. The person who has ego, or the person who cares for other people's attention, needs to go back to their meditation. Needs to go back to their self, I'm saying, focusing on what they want in life. Because a martial artist should know what he wants in life. So before we blame others, before we blame other martial artists and say, well, these martial artists are being very ignorant, they're not showing dignity, they're not showing courtesy to their friends, they're not caring. Before we do all that, we've got to understand for the first and foremost, we can do a higher level of that, be that really true or be it just illusions to us. We need to be one step higher and say that we all respect all others and forgive and understand no matter what. You know what I mean? Because everybody thinks differently, and it's like they might not even really be interested in what you're saying. Nobody turned around and said, man, you're one boring motherfucker, you know, I hate your videos, I've just got no time for that shit, I'm sorry, just do what you do, yeah, get on with it, and I'm busy, alright? And even if someone was friendly to you and just said, look, I'm really sorry, yeah, you're a nice guy and that, but I just don't like your videos, you know. If someone was to do that, that'd be very painful to you, wouldn't it? So, if there's none of that, then as long as you feel good, you know what I mean? You know, it would be better, and I prefer, you know, positivity. I prefer, I don't know, it's some, I don't know, I'm pretty tired, but I'm just making this video as a request to demonstrate. It's really hard talking about this subject because it's something that I don't really give a fuck about. It's like, how do I feel? I see other martial artists or so-called martial artists out there online who don't even bother to make communication. I've tried to make effort, I've tried to communicate, I've tried to leave comments on the videos. They don't give a damn shit. I put time in, I make hours and hours of video footage talking to people, specifically to them, and some people just don't give a fuck, and they just go, that really does hurt me, but at the same time I need to be controlled in myself and say, well, you know what, it don't matter because they're doing what they want in their life, and I've done it because I wanted to do it. I didn't do it because they've got to thank me. If I'm doing it because I feel that they have to thank me or they have to do this or this, I'm totally wrong. But I do it because I do hope in their heart they would feel that it's a good thing and they'd be grateful in some way to me, or feel that it's helped them in some way, more so. Even hoping that they'd be grateful to me is still kind of ego on my part, that would be. But what I mean is, if they feel it's done them some good and they would know it's come from me, and they recognise that I'm there, you know, well, I guess it's what you do that goes across, you know what I mean? The message in a bottle across the ocean. That's what I'm basically doing, spreading out messages in bottles every day. You know. So, you know, but I'll continue to be me. I'll continue to share no matter what, even if nobody bothers to communicate with me and just fucks off. You know, and no matter, you know, I'll be that. It's like a shining light in the darkness. You know, the one star in the sky shining there for that one person who looks up and his eyes seem to catch that star. That moment, that one who saw it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's only there for who sees it, you know what I mean? It's like, it's there for you if you're there for it, you know what I mean? So, that's what it is, you know what I mean? You can't blame anyone for being ignorant. Nobody owes you. That's what it basically is, though. But definitely for me, though, as a martial artist, I try to treat everybody with courtesy and dignity and be there and try and give them support. I don't try to leave them in the dark. But the thing is like, sometimes by constantly coming back and leaving comments and leaving them and coming back to people because you're worried about you're going to hurt their feelings and that, sometimes that can also be like false and misleading. That can also, you know what I mean? Whereas like if that, you know what I mean, you've got to be honest in yourself and you've got to be honest with them. But that's all it is. If you give a damn, you do. If they give a damn, they do. If we don't and they don't, they don't. That's all it basically is to me. So who is anyone to say anybody else is ignorant? Even myself as a martial artist, myself, you know, I wouldn't say I'm perfect. You know what I mean? You can say anybody. It could be a priest. It could be anyone, a religious person. You know, that's what we basically are like. We're like monks. We should be. But I don't see a lot of real martial artists in this world. It's like you get fake monks and priests and, you know, religious people, and that's the same for martial arts to me. It's the same kind of thing. You don't see that on this purity as such in themselves. You know what I mean? You don't see it. They just carry on with this dickhead attitude. People that smoke, people that drink alcohol, even if it's just a beer here and there, with the guys, and you go there and they go to pubs, bars, clubs, and all this. To me, that's not the real life of a martial artist. It's not the thing that you should do. Because I live pure, absolute, the monk way. Like, you might think that's so boring, so fucking retarded. But I live, not because I follow rules like someone's taught me, I just thought I don't want to mess my body up. You know what I mean? But then you could turn it around and you could say, why is it that I still do other things that are negative? I might say the F word too much, or I might eat foods which are not so healthy. Like sometimes I'll have, this or that, whatever it might be. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or I might eat certain foods where don't you care about animals? Like, not everybody's a vegetarian, right? I'm not a vegetarian, so someone might turn around and say, you don't think about those poor animals that were killed. What is your set of standards as an individual? How will you give standards for people that people should live by these codes or those codes? I don't even think a monk would do that as such. It's funny because there's even monks who preach, monks who would preach to you the best way to be a monk or be a pure human being would be to follow these rules, those rules, and every other rule in between. But then they would also probably contradict themselves, as all human beings do, because we're all human. Some monks would also say things like, there's no set of rules or this or that, What is who you are is who you are, and that's it. No one should be setting standards for anybody else, and this or that, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying for me, though, is I try to not do the things which are obviously bad for me. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't take drugs, I don't have any tattoos or anything. No tattoos, no piercings or anything like that. You might do, I don't know. Fucking arsehole, membrane, implant, fucking computer chips. I'm not into any of that, for example, you know what I mean? I talk about. I don't have, you know what I mean? I just try and take care. My body, I don't take steroids, obviously, because I'm quite a thin guy. You know what I mean? I don't follow any bullshit in this modern world. I don't live in this world. What I'm trying to say is I don't live by the exact rules of an actual monk organisation of a religion. But it's I live pure as they preach, in my real life, as nature, as yin and yang, like yin yang. And as I say, it should be a man and a woman. I believe, in life and in the balance of life, and I don't have any children right now. So, for example, I believe in treating people fairly, understanding that we're all just individuals in this world, but we're all the same in a way. I don't believe in all this bullshit we make up in today's society, wearing a suit and tie and a shirt, or 1 minute of your hair gelled up and so fake and style, and all this fucking whatever's in the news you see today, all this stuff, and Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga bullshit. I don't believe in any of all this crap or what they're telling you, what's the in thing or what's acceptable, this and that. It's so much they're trying to force feed you, like the media and the government. It's all brainwashing bullshit. Most people in this society are brainwashed. So what I'm trying to say is, it's very hard to live in today's society and not be it. Give you a very, very good example, and my good bro Demsley knows this, right? There's martial artists now in the world, people out there who will put this down on what I'm about to say, because people just take the piss, and even themselves they don't have a damn clue what it's about. But I'm real, and it absolutely is real. Kung Fu, the TV show 1970s with David Carradine. David Carradine, 1970s Kung Fu TV show. Fair enough, it was a TV show, and fair enough, it was even new at the time compared to the ancient texts of things that it's actually based on. Which the West didn't know nothing about it before them. It was around the time of Bruce Lee, and that was coming out. But it was David Carradine's Kung Fu, the Kung Fu TV show. Demsley knows what it's about. Epic, man. It's the same kind of thing. He was a guy coming from a background. He was in the story. I'm saying he come from the Shaolin Temple, and he went to in the Wild West, like the modern world. I said the outside temple, the outside world, because he'd been brought up in there as a kid. And he was walking out into this foreign land as such, you know what I mean? Where he didn't understand anything. But human beings make up rules. On the outside in the modern world, or inside prison system, prison jails and that nowadays. If you were to go into a jail, you'd be very shocked to what that kind of world is and the rules. You wouldn't be used to it maybe. But if you were to come out of jail, if you'd been in there for years and years growing up in jail, and you go into the free world, you'd also feel it's a very strange and daunting experience, right? So I'm trying to say, well, different cultures, different people. You walk into someone's house, they've got a different set of standards. People got face to face on a daily basis. People are just so on the edge anyway, uncomfortable when they see other human beings. It's like when someone's kind to you, you start asking questions. What's that? Why? Or is it because he's afraid of me? And people just, they're negative, naturally negative. Too many people just look at kindness as well, although people, it's like they become nasty because they always see everybody else as a threat to them, and they can't understand kindness, they can't understand righteousness. That's all stupidity, they think, in this world, and they don't see logic. And whenever they see logic in front of them, they don't understand it, and they're illogical because their mind's been developed by that and fucking manufactured by the government, and they're just robots anyway, in the way they are. And that's basically what happens. I'm real. I'm fucking totally real. So it's like, you don't understand logic, you're afraid of it, they run away from it. They're always going to be cowards in the dark. There's always been logic, illogical, ignorant fuckbags, excuse my language, and they just go home and have a wank, have a jack, that's really what they do. And they probably go home and start voting for things like, or legalise marijuana and all this fucking stuff, and the next minute, voting for, like, I don't know what, gun laws and stuff, or for their rights and that, and then the next minute 10 more kids have been shot in the high school down the street, and you don't know why, and then you get gangs on the streets, and then young youths turn into violence and drugs and things, you don't know why, and then you see that there's too many people in your country, and you don't know why, immigrants and stuff, but then people are too lenient, it's like too soft on one side, too hard on the other side, there's imbalance, there's balance, it's just a total chaotic fucking thing. But until human beings can get one thing, and that is love and respect for your fellow man, understanding, help, and doing things not to get things, but doing things that what you get you don't always see immediately, or what you think it is, but what you do, when you do, you will see when it comes back to you. Not immediately sometimes, but you do. And work together. If the human race was to help each other, ultimately what we would all see is us, our human race, living better. I mean, and you might think that sounds so stupid and bullshit, but it really is what it is. So you see how all these topics have come up from that. So with me, as I say, going back to what I was saying, I don't live in this fake world they live in, where you've got to dress a certain way, act a certain way, speak a certain way, blah, 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 because it's all programmed anyway. If you was born in the jungle, you wouldn't speak any languages, let alone like we know, you wouldn't, let alone be thinking about what words are acceptable to say, or the correct terminology of use of language, or the correct way to behave. You wouldn't have that. And you might say, well, yeah, fair enough, you'd be a baboon, you'd be a fucking beastly animal in the forest, when you would, like a caveman. Yeah, but I'm just putting that point across. We've developed more civilised over the years as human beings, but now we're in total chaos and a mess. And they can't see beyond, they can't see through the thick dents of this fog of this forest. They can't see that although we're living in a high-tech society, we've got all this stuff, and all these laws and everything that govern, we can't see that the fact is we're actually, we're a lot of prisoners. Human beings are prisoners to other human beings, full stop, and also we're prisoners to ourselves. So there's another human being in office, and there's another president, whoever it might be, you've got to understand that's a human being just like you are. You know what I mean? You might have been born, you might be some big tough looking guy, and people look up to you because you're really tall, and they're big and strong, and you might look, that guy will be preaching all day saying it's not about that, it's about the mind, and if you're well educated and you carry yourself well, blah, blah, and you'll start to listen to that guy. But the true fact is, that's not true at all. It's because you were timid and you're looking up to him because he's so big and tough, and you're afraid. So someone like that who seems to have power, he might speak strongly, the way, I don't know what it is, something about people, because people are different. If you're born like slightly slimmer build or shorter, and you've got a quiet voice, certain things do develop in your mindset and the way you carry yourself and learn and communicate, yeah. It's just like, but what I'm trying to say is all of this stuff's manufactured and fake. If you were in the forest and if you was a caveman, or if you were going to fight some big tough guy and you was a little thin guy, you'd be naturally nervous, wouldn't you? There'd be two guys fighting with swords, the small guy and the big guy. Then who would win? the end of the day, it depends on your ability, how you fight and how you move. So martial arts again. So what I'm trying to say is, in this complex chess fucking board society we're in now, you know what I'm trying to say? In this society, it's like such a mess anyway. So when you talk about ignorance, something like this, you see this all the time where they're like unaware that they're being ignorant, but it's there all the whole time, and that's all they know. Their brain's one ignorant, illogical fuck bag. So what I'm trying to say, a bean bag with a hole in it, and you lost your beans. What I'm trying to say, so what I'm trying to say is, like, people are just absolutely lost anyway. In society, they just believe in what they see. They've been totally programmed anyway. I've gone totally off the subject now, but I'm loving talking to you. So for me, I live in the real world. I live in the real world inside me. It's like a monk. You know what I mean? It's like, you see me, how can I say? It's like, am I totally part of nature? No. Do I live in this? I'm speaking your language. I'm not. I'm speaking modern day English developed by human beings. So that's not natural. That's something that was developed. Otherwise we go, we speak like that, wouldn't we? But it's like I'm speaking a language that was developed, but the mind is natural, and the resources we use, like wood from a tree, we cut down to make a table. That is actually natural stuff. We've just put it together and arranged it to make a table from a natural brain thinking, and we're like smart animals, human beings, right? So we making languages, we make music, rhythms and stuff. People banging sticks on stones back in the day. You know, so it's like, yeah, you know, so it is all natural steel. But for the basic point, what I'm trying to make though is, like, in this fake society what we live in now, the modern day, when people are so brainwashed and confused, they've gone beyond clever, they're just stupid. It's like they're far, far away from actually really feeling and really understanding themselves, and they're really understanding not only thoughts but how they're thinking and what's leading their thinking path to what kind of thoughts, and let alone emotion to understand anybody else. All their emotions and their language and what they're thinking in their mind is programmed from everything around them. They're not actually thinking by themselves. They're thinking on. It's like you're a computer. You're a computer and you're running on a Windows system that's been programmed into you. It cannot think in a Mac or a different thing, you know, because it's programming with Windows. So that's basically where you're like, and you didn't realise it. Whereas if you was in another culture, another country, you'd have a different culture, different language, different way of thinking, for example, yeah. But this common thing over years and generations has spread that people have we've got a lot of similarities. You know, everybody knows what money is, don't we? But if you went back far enough in human evolution, there would be no such thing as money. But there would be the idea of it. Well, before that idea even came about, what if you were just born, and you just were born and raised like, what's his name, Mowgli from the Jungle Book, you know? Or if you were just like born in some natural, you know, setting, in the snowy wilderness, or, you know what I'm saying? You just grew up by yourself here, hunting for food, then you wouldn't know anything about money. There'd be no use of it. You just go out every day, you hunt for the fish, you hunt for the food, you use the animal skin of it to keep yourself warm, you know what I'm saying, make fires and that, so you'd be living, you know what I'm trying to say? So if you had all the technology and the resources, you had all the ability to, like, make your own machines and this and that, you know what I'm trying to say? Like we've got today. And if you see the whole human race as, let's say, one person, where if we as this one person work together now to use all this technology we've got to make things work, just like the one guy in the forest rubbing two sticks together to make a fire, now we've got all this technology and stuff, we can make the world a better place, we can make our life. If we look at ourselves as one person, with the arms, the legs and all this, we can reach out and we can control this whole world, we can make life better for ourselves. So you help this, you know, if you don't take care of your body, your heart, your breathing, you end up with problems in your whole body. You will have no energy. If you're a stupid fucker, excuse my language, and you smoke and that, you're doing, you know, no offence, if you take drugs, and alcohol, you're messing up your one part of your body, your brain cells, your heart, and that, whatever, your liver, then your body's going to be weak. In the end, you're not going to be able to stand up. If you don't eat food, you starve to death. Same thing for knowledge. So you've got to take care of your arm, and you take care of your legs, you know what I mean, so you can walk, so that you can go to the forest and chop down and get the berries and that from the trees. You know what I'm trying to say? So us as a whole, it's the communication thing. If you're a robot, let's say, actually you're a human being, but almost like a robot. Let's say if your arm was not connected to your brain And when you're thinking, I want to move my arm, but you can't, you know what I'm trying to say? That's what it's all like. It's like all disconnected. Or you're thinking about moving your arm, but your leg starts kicking yourself in the head, or you kick someone else in the face, and then they come back and shoot you. That's basically what's going on in the world today. And it's all greed, you know. If you're thinking to yourself, you don't, you know, naturally it should be, but it's like your brain's telling this hand to pick up an apple to eat. But every time you think about that, the other hand moves by itself and holds that one down. No, no, no. That's what's going on in the world today. Oil, the wars and things what's going on, greed, selfishness, and we're not human beings. By being negative, if you look at it as one being, this fucking complex thing as it is, we are, you know, people, that's why things aren't working. That's why you get dysfunctional families, you get dysfunctional countries. That's what it's all about. So people not understanding each other, people being selfish, unrealistic, not recognising, not looking into natural and nature enough, you know, and people are like, they're not working and helping each other. That's why we're fucking ourselves up. We're not helping the society at all. We're not helping the human race at all. Enough, that's what I'm trying to say. Plus we're messing up our world too, you know, so we need to be taking care of nature and the environment. I'm just saying, basically, you know, you know, ignorance is this thing, but it's like, for me, I say that's ignorance. You know, martial artists, people out there who are supposedly martial artists, but they go about in their daily life and they don't preach the truth. It's like there's people that are religious too out there, people that are religious and that. They might go to church or they might do this or that, but it's like in their daily life they're not so kind and all this as they really carry on to be. There's people that before they go to church or before they put their shirt on, their tie, and they want to look smart for the things, so that they care. So that means, right, you're going into a church, let's say you're going into some religious temple or wherever it might be, and you're religious in your clothes, but you're trying to fit in with the way others look, because you're afraid that others won't. If you was to walk in there in a tracksuit as a what do you call it, a pastor or someone in a church, let's say, for example, imagine that, yeah. Or if your manager walks into your job in a tracksuit, maybe you think I'm talking shit now, or in a hoodie, or someone walks in and looking at her bum, and you look at the person and you say, fuck me, you know, that means you've got the wrong people in there with you. People that don't, especially let's say a martial arts school or this is something my martial arts teacher used to tell me a lot of times too, my Kung Fu master. He used to talk about a few things about this kind of nature. But what I'm trying to say is that here is like, you'd be surprised by what people look like, and they're different really to what you see them like to be. But it's like, the guy might be in a church, let's say a priest, or what do you call it, like a pastor, someone who's standing there. The guy might come in, not with his glasses and hair and his like shirt and looking very smart today and ready, you know, suit and that. The guy might just walk in a tracksuit or something, just like whatever, and everybody else in there will come there looking smart in their uniforms, well, you know, that's what it basically is, and they'll be looking at the guy and they'll think, what, they won't accept it, no? Then these people come to the wrong place. The people want to go to the church and want to get in touch with God and Jesus and all this, and they're supposed to be love and respect your fellow man and listen to all those words in this book that preaches all this stuff, kindness and love for your fellow man, respect and that. So how are they going to follow someone saying, how are they going to follow this guy? How are they not going to follow that? How are they not going to respect him? Just because of what he's wearing, because he doesn't fit, you know what I mean? Or it doesn't look the part? BS is my answer to that. So it's like the person also is afraid. Imagine if you were the pastor, if you were the priest, for example, say if you were someone like of some kind of status like that, and you were to go in and you're afraid, or you have to dress a certain way or act a certain way, and you can't speak that because you're afraid you're going to offend the other people and they're not going to accept you. Then you should be telling yourself, well, you know what, they're wrong to come in here in the first place then, because it's about honesty and love and respect. That's what martial arts is about. So these people that go around, in martial artists I'm saying, that go around and talk about martial arts, talk about all this tough stuff, about how they can knock people out and how they can fight, and you know, you have to keep in shape, and they show their muscles, they show how big and strong they are, they show real fight, they talk about fight competitions, they talk about teaching the police, teaching army veterans, teaching being in competition. They talk about all this fighting stuff. They talk about self-help. They even write books. They do all this stuff. They talk about the loving, compassionate side, but they also want to. They've got ego in somewhere. They want people to look at them. But some people are not true on the inside. No one's perfect, but I'm saying a lot of people are not true enough on the inside, and they go out into the real world like cowards. let's say me, for example. I'm talking to you about all this positivity every time. I'm talking to you about all this moral and all this and what I believe, and I speak strongly in my words, right? But if you were to see me face to face, you would see that I keep quiet and I keep it to myself. One, because I don't want to force it on people that come across that way, because that's what they take it like, because they're so weak. But also, it's because I know that we're getting into an argument and you just want to belittle me, and I get bullied and punked around because I look like a little kid. And then, so it's better this way through video, I feel. But a lot of people will see it like I'm a pussy, because I'm not like them, confident. I'm not confident enough, yeah? I should speak up, I should be confident. That's what they will tell you and give you advice. I should be more confident, I should be like them, you know? Otherwise I'm not human. Like, we're all fucking human. Why don't you act like one? They've always got some answer, because they've got this hatred and this automatic function inside them, like ASI we call it, where it's like they just want to belittle people, and they want you to be like them. People want you to be like them because they're the centre of the universe, and you've got to gravitate to them, but that's not true. Everyone's the centre of their own universe. Just don't blame everybody else. I'm not doing that now. It sounds like I'm doing that, but I'm talking about productiveness. I'm not talking about you as an individual or anyone out there. I'm talking about productiveness, and I'm also talking about what I see it to be. Also knowing that these illusions and a lot of stuff we see may not be totally true. The most important thing is how you carry yourself and what you do. So I'm talking about how I try to constantly study and improve myself in the way I carry myself, not for others, but to carry myself, to literally carry myself, and carry myself to literally like you carry another soldier, you know, through the army. It's like I'm carrying human beings as a race. That's why I'm sharing this, to put good out there, because there's not enough being done. So there's people out there in the world, as I say, you know, who are, I don't even know if you're catching on with what I'm saying, or if you're like not falling asleep watching this. What I'm basically saying is, like, you know, there's people out there though who are like cowards in their way, and they'll call me a coward in my way. And like they'll say, for example, like, I'm talking about all this martial arts and all this, but they'll say, well, look at me in real life, I'm a pussy. Look at all this, I'm a skinny guy. I'm not even confident to argue with people. I'm not confident to stand up to people and spit my mind. I can only do it on camera. I can't do it face to face because I'm a pussy hiding behind the camera, behind a thing. It's what they all really say. You know, and they'll say, oh, are you tough? Why are you showing me your kung fu then? Just want to challenge and knock me out. Oh, you're a hero because you've done that? I kept myself healthy and I believed in what I did. Doesn't mean I believe what I can do is better than what anyone else can do, but I just learn control. If someone's going to throw a punch at you, you've got to move, right? You've got to defend yourself. You've got to avoid negativity, you've got to fight in self-defense, you know. But you're not a coward if you're afraid of negativity or you hate pain of any kind, and you try and stay safe, and you're wise to avoid danger, avoid confrontation. But you're also wise, and you must do this, to believe in yourself and do as you believe in your life, and be right, you know, and be, because you've got a right to be and live as anyone else does in life, the same. So what I'm trying to say is, but these people that carry on like cowards, there's people out there who supposedly follow a certain way of peace, you know, or a way of mastery, self-control, martial arts and that, and you'll see some of these guys who are really tough and that, but they go out in their real life and they're like cowards again. They go to the clubs, the bars, there's a drinking, beer, fucking with the fuck, smoking, doing drugs, whatever, you know. They go out, you know, trying to be the centre of attention, belittling people, not on purpose, but like making fun of jokes, even light jokes to people and that, not realising that you can probably have an effect on them. Just using people to their advantage, making fun of so and so just to get on everybody else's side. It could be people high up jobs, people that are working as part of they'll belittle the lower workers if that person's a manager, let's say, in his job, office worker, or that person might be a low whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But people try to use everyone else, bully the short guy, bully the weaker one, bully the one who smiles a lot, bully the one who's timid, bully the one who's earning less money than you, make fun of that, you know. Take advantage of what the guy's got, taking what other people have got, using their own weakness as such, you know, to try to you know, fit in. That's it basically. I mean, not even you, they're just weak, they just follow others. They dress the same way as them, they talk the same way as them, they make the same shallow jokes and comments about things, they laugh, they put fake smiles and laughs on at things, like digs at people, because if you're not mean in this world, like they say in the old kung fu films, right? I remember, was it some of these old sayings like, oh, only the good die when they're young, and I think they believe that kindness is a weakness, and I'm sorry to say this, Richard, but yeah, it's really true. You're going to tell me probably, right? Oh, I'm sorry to say this, but that's really true, you know. You might think that we live in a daydream, you know, kung fu and this and that, but at the end of the day, you know, if you're in a jungle, you will be eaten by the wild animals. Well, fuck that, because there's a guy, what's his name, Goliath? I don't know, the guy, what's that, the story, there's a story where some guy beat a tiger It's like, if you want to survive in the forest, you can do it. We got books on survival, forest survival, and they're probably written by these negative pricks, excuse my language, who go around in the world and shit on other people. There's people that are famous doctors, famous self-help, all this and that, you know. Oh, what's it? Autobiography. There's people out there that are just supposedly doing good things. There's people out there who speak about working from rock bottom, having nothing, to working up to this or that. And they're putting out some positivity on one side, but on the other side, they're shitting on everybody and shitting on themselves, and they're not doing enough. I would rather live healthy, happy, humble by myself. Humble. If other people want to be ignorant, you know, this is what this is about, right? Martial artists who ignore you on social media. That was the topic. I'm just saying, for example, in the world, I'm saying people can be ignorant. Fair enough. I'm not going to be ignorant. Wise. Martial artists are wise. They want to communicate with others. They want to help others. They want to communicate with others. They want to learn from others. They want to help the world, help people. They want to help themselves, do good, learn knowledge, and become stronger and more able in many, many ways, and be very creative and create. Because you don't just have to practice the ways of others. You can create. Create your own. It's like the artist who first created his own artistic. The guy who made the first paintbrush, the actual brush, you know, or a pencil, using charcoal, or we can use that, or chalk. The people who create, the people that find these things and use these elements to how to make things. You can be the art. You can be an inventor. You know what I'm saying? But if you keep working off the books they're writing, you'll be wrong. You read just following others. If you don't study that, it's also wrong. But there's people out there in this world who do use their mind, but not all the time. There's people out there that do use their mind in some ways, or some do it more than others. But a lot of people that don't know, they're just brainwashed, manufactured, shitbag, ignorant, illogical, bullies and nasty people, and they're just on the wrong path, and they're just really, really forsaken. I feel sorry for them, you know. But you know, that's what I really feel. So me, as I say, you know, when you see me in this video here, fair enough, I've got my hair cut up, it's shorter, I need a bit of a shave, but like, I'm in this t-shirt, I'm in a pair of shorts, it's like modern clothes, it's not monks' robes. But we were all born buck naked, you know, the human beings in the first place. You might have animal skins on, cotton's the same thing, like it's made, so you know what I mean? But it's like a lot of stuff like, you might say to fit in with this society, but I don't do it all to fit in with the society. I don't use Facebook because everybody else uses Facebook. I don't, you know, let's say, just follow the rules of, you know what I mean, of what people tell you, how to, you know, I believe in reality, but the thing is, some things control you. If you were to not go along with society, would you be able to survive? This is the thing. Some people do. Some people go out to live in remote parts of the world, on the mountains, in the forests, and they build their own little houses and hunt. You know, if you can do that, fair enough. But a lot of the world's on lockdown. It's hard. It's like, if you're living in a modern society and you want this technology, you have to choose. So, you know, the resources and all the good stuff we've got. So it's like, you have to work and live in that society because they won't. If you want a good office job, and that's the only job that's there, but it's okay, right? You're going to have to go in with a suit on, or a shirt and tie and shoes, and you have to do that. You can't go in there looking like a bum with a long beard, long hair all over the place, you know, and whatever. I'm just saying, a tracksuit on, you know, or going in your kung fu outfit, you know, for like I'm trying to say, because they won't accept that. But it's bullshit, and you must say, well, it's not bullshit, because there's a reason for that. It must be, there must be a reason, because that's why so many people voted for it. Obama, was it Obamacare? I don't know what they call it. All this different stuff they got out, the good and the bad. I'm saying, but it's like people voting for what they give you. What it's like someone asks you, like the Matrix again. You know, the problem is choice. Okay, you can. What do you want? If you could choose, what would you choose? Would you choose the black or the white, or the red or the blue, the yellow or the green? You know, they give you the. What would you choose? Would you choose this or that? And you think, you never think none of them. You know what I mean? Or something else. Or half of that and half of that. Oh, okay. You want meat or vegetables? Well, I'll have some of the meat and some of the vegetables. They're the same price. Okay, yeah. You know, or ask these kind of questions. And then think about, we can't do that. Okay, why not? But then you get really complex in your life and you think so much other stuff too. So I'm talking about all this different stuff here on this video. We get so complicated in what we're thinking and the mumbo jumbo in life anyway, and communication, and we're so hectic in our work and the environment, and then everybody's like a dog-eat world, everyone's against everyone, and then we come back to our petty lives, let's say, it's our real time, it should be, our real peace time. It's like, we come back to our simple lives, in our free time, go onto our Facebook or YouTube, click, who's giving me a thumbs up today? Who's giving a thumbs down? Oh, so-and-so didn't give me a comment for ages, and you start thinking about the ignorance. But all these people are shallow in their own real life, a lot of these people, anyway. I'm not putting anyone down, I'm just saying, right? The ultimate thing is the reality, what really matters. For the people out there in the world, if you're watching this, if you're someone decent, I think, good for you, if you know what I'm saying and such, and if you value life. But it's like, I'm saying there's people out there, there are one or two, there's got to be people out there in the world, loads of people like me, I'm sure. Most of us are underneath it all, but too many people are blinded by the bullshit and the illusions. What I'm trying to say is that the people out there who are like, decent and real, and more, respect to, they are out there, and they do value life, and they see more in life. So everybody should respect and treat everybody with that attitude, and treat it like maybe we can learn from others. Maybe there is more there, and there's always a chance you could get something, gain more. That way. Rather than just being stuck in your ways, or rather than just following everybody else. Martial arts is a path for life. It doesn't mean you go to the gym, you train hard as a fighter, you talk about martial arts all day, you go around trying to teach everybody, you go around trying to tell everybody else to do exercise, tell everybody else to be strong and confident in themselves, or they should be more like you, or go around in your daily life proving your power and showing how tough you are in your mind, and because ultimately all that show, martial art, the real martial arts can't be shown. It's like when it's all totally on the inside and you're real humble, and you do face your own fears, and you do know that you're only a human being just like anybody else, and that anyone else could have a power or could have some kind of knowledge that's so great and so beneficial to you, and it's a power, it should be worshipped almost. Like you could be calling that person master in that field. You know what I mean? You've got to really humble yourself down to that level in martial arts. So if you carry yourself on a daily basis, when you're going around like you're the martial artist, you're the tough guy, you're not the weakling because you're a martial artist, and you've got a problem with it. Because we train this stuff to be real, and it is better than people that don't do it. The physical and the mental, right? It's like warriors, it's real life training. But it's like, we know we're like, you should have been like, it's like kind of the victim, we've been like weak, we've felt our weakness, we've felt pain, we've felt all the emotion, we're more feeling for human beings than anybody else. Regardless of if they're bigger than us, smaller than us, weaker, tougher, whoever, but we know the truth, we know what it really is about. So it's like, we resonate with that, and that's the most important thing. So the martial arts, is that it carries you through your life and you're humble. You be like, what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's like you might be someone who's really big and tough in your body. People just look at you and they know you are. Or you say, well, okay, what's better then? Yeah, fair enough, I don't know, it depends on you. I ain't going to the point yet, but you know what I'm saying? But you might be someone who's really strong martial arts mindset, a martial art body, and you'll go there in the world and you'll show people you're tough, and you're not afraid of anything, and you just carry yourself how you want to, you say whatever you want to say. But with me, it's like, I might look like a thin little guy here who keeps myself to myself, really quiet in my daily life. I'll never talk about martial arts, I'll be like even nervous to even mention it. I don't want to get a challenge or get this and that, you know what I mean? You'll call that a pussy, that's not a martial artist, you might say, but you see what I'm trying to say though? But the wise one is who's aware of everything, studying, enhancing his senses and enhancing his abilities. You might see the ninja back in the old days, the ninjas, and you wouldn't even realise that's a killer, someone could kill you there if you're off guard in the dark night, if you're a ninja, let's say, in the ancient days, you might look like a little peasant, dressed up, but you wouldn't know. So I'm trying to say that, martial arts is to teach you awareness and control. It's not there to teach you to be unaware of everything and be out of control and not know it, but trying to be so forceful and controlling everything. And in doing some kind of positive training for the mind and body, but on the other side, it's okay, you're just going to fuck yourself up and fuck everything else up. And chuck rubbish out, go down the street and shit on everything, chuck rubbish everywhere and swear at people and just, and make fun of people. That's not what it's about at all, okay? So ignorance, there's different levels and different kinds of ignorance as well. And it doesn't matter if it's like social media or face-to-face or whatever. I'm saying that different levels of ignorance. Martial artists should definitely not be ignorant, but as human beings we all are sometimes, and it's not even something that, it's not even, to some extent, it's just natural in us as human beings. We can't focus on everything all the time, and we've got to be understanding of others too. We've got to be we've got to be understanding and not just swear at people and put it down. It's like, you put them down, it's like, you've got to actually be aware and understanding that a lot of people are ignorant and they don't even mean to be, or they come across ignorant. There's people out there that are just in their own world. We're all in our own world, basically. So we try to connect the best we can, is what I will say. Thank you so much, Demsley, for that. Thank you, everybody else. If you've got any support, if anyone values anything I've said here, thank you very much. I value you for whoever you are. Even if your lifestyle is more like that stuff I've been saying, what's negative, you do what you do, but I wish you better and make a better life for yourself. You don't need to follow my way of living, you know what I mean? But it's like, live better, you know. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much, Demsley. Yeah.